Here's the walk from Zicky Dice, 38 years old, grew up in Pismo Beach, California, fighting out of Atlanta, Georgia, a big-time pro wrestler who has fought all over the world, Charlie.
Yeah, he really is an entertainer through and through. You already mentioned pro wrestler. He most notably has been the former NWA TV champ. He was trained by WWE superstar Seth Rollins, so he actually has made quite a name for himself in that world thus far. Also, he has been the singer in a band for several years. And finally, he is a magician, guys. Dice refers to himself as an emotional salesman. He had a really rough upbringing. He told us a little bit about that. One of the things that unfortunately happened is he lost his father to a drunk driving accident when he was 14. And so now he says his goal in all encompassing is just to bring joy to others so they don't experience depression and anxiety like he did and still does at times, he says.
Well, he's certainly having a good time right now. Look at this guy putting on a show. As you mentioned, the magic tricks. He did a little one for us the other day, and it was
very cool.
Quite disturbing.
No.
Speaking of disturbing, my word, for all his antics, the man is a good athlete. He was a 2-time national champ in freestyle wrestling and Greco-Roman wrestling. Of course, now pro wrestler for 10 years and certainly putting on a show so far.
Pro wrestler against pro wrestler. This is 40-year-old Marty the Moth, hailing from Salt Lake City, Utah. He has a fascinating story. Went into finance for 20 years, was a stockbroker for part of that time, owns a digital payment platform, and he bought a house, life was good, everything was going well, but he really enjoyed his side job, which was wrestling. So he stopped the finance stuff, became a full-time wrestler and streamer on Twitch and YouTube, doing workout and video games, and here he is tonight trying to see the power slap.
From Salt Lake City, Utah, he's traveled the world wrestling, been a pro wrestler now for over 21 years. As you mentioned, a very colorful backstory, you know, with the finance stuff. He said actually recently he just bought a piece of land as well. He's building 1,100 apartments on there as well. So it seems financially this guy's doing very, very well. I asked him about growing up, and he said he had a tremendous childhood. His parents have been married for over 50 years. He's been with his wife Leslie for over 15 years. No kids, but he's got 2 fur babies, Aussie Doodles, whatever they are. I've never heard of that breed of dog. He knows Zicky Dice, said they know each other. He's never been in the ring with him, but they have wrestled on a similar circuit. So no bad blood between these guys. They're very familiar with one another. I'm not sure what he's doing now, but...
that's the Moth.
Oh, it's the Moth.
That's the Moth.
Oh, I see. Okay. I apologize. They look like an angel wing or something, or an eagle.
You're clearly unfamiliar with moth wings. They don't have those
in
a good thing. Anaheim Hills, apparently. All right, here's a look at the tail of the tape. Marty the Moth and Zicky Dice, a couple of pro wrestlers going at it. 2 years separate these two in age. The Moth is slightly taller, one of the taller moths that you will come across, and a slightly larger hand size as well. Here's Justin.
Ladies and gentlemen, this match is 3 rounds in the Power Slap Heavyweight Division. Introducing to you first in the blue corner. He stands 5 feet 11 inches tall, weighing in at 245 pounds. Out of Atlanta, Georgia, USA, Outlandish, Zicky
everything you heard about these
Dice.
And it's slap time.
And now introducing his opponent in the red corner. He stands 6 feet 1 inch tall, weighing in at 230.5 pounds. Out of Salt Lake City, Utah, USA, Marty the Moth.
Woo!
Right on 5
right
feet
on
of
one.
tissue
Give us
paper.
a measure before. Let me know when he's ready.
25 feet.
25 feet, I apologize.
Okay, get my fellas in.
Regardless, it's a lot of tissue paper to have in your mouth. Maybe that absorbed the slap.
Right on one. Give us
Let's
a
see
measure.
what kind of power he has.
Right on
Zicky
one.
Dice.
Right on one. That is your measure. Right on one.
Oh, that was a nice
that was
one.
good.
Fair blow.
Okay, okay, round 1 in the books.
He's got it. I want you to watch
2
this later.
solid strikes.
Yeah, another one? Yep, I got
He's
it.
getting it.
Good shot. Right on the button, no problem there. Only problem is Zicky Dice was noticeably stumbled a little bit. As I say, he recovered quickly, but I think that's a 10-9 to Marty the Moth.
all the way through his head.
Yeah, that first strike from the Moth
We're good.
was felt.
Thank you.
Rest there a minute. You don't move, you're perfect.
You good? Good job. Which hand and what count? Right on 3. Let's get you set. Right on 3. That is your measure. Right on 3.
All right,
Right
let's see
on
what he
3.
brings here in round 2.
1, 2. Oh. Fair blow.
What does he do now?
I mean, it's all well and good doing that every single time, but you've got to deliver some powerful blows in return. It's all well and good putting on a show. Oh, there was. Look at that. Look at the head. He definitely turned away a little bit.
Yeah.
Is it going to be the first flinch of the night?
Got away with one. It was close.
Zicky Dice, you little flincher.
Well, and Jason has told us before, like, he's going to give him a warning generally.
Okay.
Little heads up. These guys are both making their debuts.
Same thing as the last round. Bite down, brace hard, good strong base.
You're all set here? You good? What hand and what count?
Right on 1.
Right on 1. Give us a measure, sir. Right on 1. Right on 1. That is
Zicky
your
Dice
measure.
Needs a big roll here.
needs to swat the Moth.
Fair blow.
Okay. A little better.
Not good enough, though.
Good job.
Agreed.
He's lost 2 rounds in a row, in my opinion.
Yep.
He's got to take his time. He's got to use those
I like this.
potential
Yes.
three windups. Oh, that's funny. He's like, oh, I like this.
He just doesn't have as much power as the Moth. I mean, I think after 2 rounds, that's pretty clear.
Yeah. Well, you can see, look at the builds.
30 seconds.
Here we go, Blue. Here we go, Blue.
The Moth is a little bit stockier, a little bit more muscle on his frame,
Right there, don't
and he's taking the time to wind up.
Which hand and what count?
Round 3 presented by Lucy. Nicotine pouches with long-lasting flavor.
Right on 3.
Bring it back and drive all the way through.
All right, round 3 from Marty the Moth.
That's your measure. Right on 3. 1, 2. Fair blow.
Another stunner.
Good shot, good shot.
He's not doing the dance this time.
It was a forced smile. He's like, okay, I got to play the game. I got to put a show on, but that really hurt.
Focus. We had a clean, good shot across the chin. You need to go across the chin right here. You have enough power. You're way more powerful than I know you are.
You know, one thing we've talked a lot about, Michael, is how you don't like when guys go on 1, especially when you're in your debut.
Yes.
Get a measure, get a second measure, then take your swing, right? He went on 1 last time.
Right on 1.
Right on 1.
Yeah, he's not finding his range well, but you want to measure, you want to lean all the way back, use your leverage. He's done it again.
Yeah.
Did it again.
Fair blow.
He blew it. Zicky Dice.
Yes, good
You're
job.
going home a loser, buddy.
Marty the Moth coming out in his debut, a little wrestler on wrestler crime. Stumbled Zicky Dice the first time out of the gates. Followed it up with a couple of big shots.
Good job. Good job. Yep, take it out.
Zicky did do a nice job eating him for the most part, but damage was done by the Moth.
I think Marty the Moth won every round pretty clearly at 10-9. Just had the better form, the bigger impact. You can tell by the smile on his face and the fact that he's saying he loves this. He knows he's a winner.
Flap them arms. This is going to be too fun. Flap them arms. Flap them arms. Flap them, baby.
So there's the scorecard, as I say. The Moth takes it all 3 rounds. I think that's clearly evident.
That's working.
And I think Zicky Dice knows it as well. He's kind of reeled in the antics a bit. And for my next trick.
And now for the official decision, brought to you by VeChain, the crypto token partner of Power Slap. Here's Justin.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds, we go to the judges' scorecards for decision. All 3 judges score the contest 30-27 for the winner by unanimous decision, Marty the Moth!